Yes. Welcome, goddesses. I know our ban on YouTube is lifted. I just know that, although I have no evidence for that yet. This is the topic of today. I want to share something with you that really felt mega inspirational to me today. And I also shared this on social media. And those are the three words that we should never use if we desire to consciously create our very best future. Three words we should not use, stop using. And instead, we're going to use three very powerful words that will align us with our heart's desires and the goal and aspirations of our manifestations. So here's what we're going to start saying. Are you all grounded down? Have we taken those three breaths, the ones that have flown in just last minute? Let's take three breaths. Very good. And as we ground down, let's set our intention for this circle. My intention for this circle is that we are completely, immediately, and permanently connected to our highest selves. And we are happy and healthy in every way. Yes. And as I set that intention and go into this topic of today, I invite you to take out a notepad and pen to write down the three words you are going to ban from your vocabulary as good as you can, and you're going to replace them with three way more powerful words. So here are the words that we're no longer going to say. I hope. Why won't I say I hope? And how often do we say I hope? Oh, I hope this is going to go well. Oh, I hope my trip is going to be amazing. I hope so and so gets better. I hope, I hope, I hope. And hope is a beautiful name. I like the word hope. And yet, when we say I hope, it's very clear that we are actually in a state of lack because we're kind of wishing, wanting something to happen. We're hoping that it will take us out of whatever discomfort, misery that we are in right now. So I hope. Next one, we're no longer going to say is I need. Same thing. I need is acknowledging my state of lack and is keeping me in that state of lack and is promoting that state of neediness. I need something from the outside to now help me, right? Needy, needy, needy. Okay, so we're not going to do that. We are also going to stop saying, I can't. I can't make it. I can't do that. That I can't. No, if whatever you believe is true is true for you. So if you keep telling yourself, I can't exercise, I can't hold my breath for longer than 20 seconds, I can't eat healthy, I can't sleep well, I can't eat this, I can't do that. Yeah, sure, you're affirming that. We don't want to do that, do we? So what are we going to say instead? We are instead going to say more of, I am. I'm a powerful goddess creating her very best life right now. I am a beautiful, wise, radiant woman. I am an amazing mother. I am the founder of the Golden Goddess Circles. I am. What are you? I am affirms who we are and the state of power that we are in when we say those sacred words, I am. Next, we're going to say, I know. I know that only good things happen to me. I know that we together here are a powerful force of love. I know my body heals. I know what's right for me. Do you notice the vibration that comes up in your own system when you say those powerful words, I know? Okay, so we've had one, I am, two, I know. And the third one is, guess what? Instead of I can't, I can. I can create magic. I can create miracles. I can learn new things every single day. I can sleep well every single night. I can have everything I need in my life now. So go ahead now and take your pen and write down at least 3 sentences, complete. I am. I am. What are you right now? What comes through? I am. And then maybe you want to share it in the chat once you've written it on your piece of paper. What are you? I am. I am. And then go ahead and note down, I know. What do you know right now? I have done this exercise of writing down, I know, for a long time now. And it never ceases to surprise me what comes through me when I just take pen to paper and I do what I call automatic writing. So I just follow the lead of the energy and I don't think about what I'm going to write. And if you take a blank piece of paper and write on the top, maybe in the top left-hand corner, I know, ... and then just start writing, you will be amazed at how much you know. And then you can always go back to that, what you wrote down later on and see, was it true? And I can tell you from my experience, at least, every time I did this automatic writing exercise, usually in states of total confusion, desperation, I was thinking, what do I know right now? I know I'm worthy of a life in abundance and happiness and health and love. I know I can do this. I know. What do you know right now? Write it down. And when I go back to those moments, it's flabbergasting. So you knew then. Didn't mean that I always acted accordingly. But I can't deny that I knew. Okay. The next one is I can. What can you do right now? You can take that next conscious breath and tell yourself, all is well. You can drink that sip of water and say, this is blessed, I am blessed. You can sit down and intend for the best outcome to unfold gracefully. What else can you do? You can usually reach out to someone and tell them you love them. You can usually go ahead and forgive someone. You can go ahead and stroke an animal, cuddle up to a fur, get some happiness hormones going. You can do a lot of things. You can learn new skills. Isn't that true? So I'm really curious when I now check in with my beautiful co-hosts, what is it that you wrote down, dear sister goddess Lily? Oops, no, we want, oh, Nicole, come on, add. Are you in the spotlight? Yes, you're in the spotlight, then we have to add Yolanda. And please unmute yourself. No, I keep replacing. I don't want to replace, I want to add. Okay, let's start with you, Yolanda. What are you? What do you know? And what can you do?
I know I deserve to be happy and live in abundance. I know I can be a powerful and reliable, caring friend. I know I can be a good Reiki master. I know my investigation can help a lot of people.
And okay, so you've been wise, you've connected, I know and I can. I like that. Sister Goddess Lily, what about you?
I am an amazing daughter of God. I know that all is well. I know that God loves me. I know that Joseph loves me. By the way, it's our 36th wedding anniversary today. So we just came back from a celebration together. So I know, and I can support and love. And I just did the spotlight for all of us. So I'm really happy to support.
Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Sister Goddess Nicole.
I am a great family manager, and I am powerful, and I'm magical. And yes. I know that all is well, and I know that I can trust life. And I know I'm guided to my heart place.
Oh, nice. Do share, Sister Goddesses, in the chat what you are, what you know, and what you can. And notice what happens inside of your body right now when you hear these knowings and ammings and arings and cannings. Doesn't it feel good? Because this is an exercise how we refocus on that what we want more of, actually, isn't it? And even if we use these words in moments where we don't yet feel it, isn't it true that the moment we say it, that vibration, it's physics, right? That vibration goes out and we will feel inside of our bodies what it feels like to be clear on who we are and what we can do and what we know. So I'm going to read from the chat. Sitske is saying, I am light, I am love, I am whole, I am healthy. I know everything will be well. I can take time for myself. Yes, yes, you can. And now imagine taking this little exercise to your next circle or gathering with friends and families or whoever and say, hey, tell me, what do you know right now? What can you do? And who are you? Wouldn't we have inspiring conversations if we did that? Right? Okay, so that was the very first thing that I wanted to teach today. The next thing, and Sister Goddess Lily, you're welcome to get out of the spotlight again because my co-hosts are also allowed to relax sometimes, and I'll get you back in when I want your feedback. The next thing I would like to teach you is a thing that we also did on the reset retreat, is we talked a lot about sleep. So it was beautiful to gather with 11 other beings. And yes, the guy did show up and he showed up fully and he really enjoyed himself. I mean, who wouldn't enjoy himself being surrounded by 11 women and focusing on your own health and happiness. So it was really nice to have him there. And we talked a lot about sleep because a lot of the participants were saying that is their main problem at the moment. They're not sleeping very well. Their quality of sleep is not so good. And so we talked a lot about time management and how we can improve our experience of time by being more conscious of every moment that we are in, but also, you know, doing biohacking things like the cold plunges. How do we cold plunge with just our face? How do we use high frequency on our face? How do we use red light, yada, yada. And part of the exercise was that everyone got a timetable like we used to get at school. Do you remember those? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then you had all the hours and then you put in, you know, what hour, when was maths and when was German and Latin and whatever. Anyway, so everybody got a blank one of those. And they were, of course, magenta. And of course, they had lots of fairies on top. And, you know, the guy was also okay with that because it was a true guy who's totally okay with also having magenta. Anyway, and then part of their joy work is to define their ideal week. What would it even look like? Because you see, if we're not clear on how we are consciously choosing or desiring to spend our time and writing it down, the likelihood of us really keeping to boundaries and agreements and scheduling that time is pretty small. So research shows that if you note it down in your calendar, if you have that as your fixed date, the likelihood that you're going to show up to that appointment is way higher than when you just say, okay, yeah, I'll be there. But you don't write anything down, you don't put it in your phone, you don't make a real appointment. So how would life change if you, for instance, made your own self-care a priority? And what if you would schedule that time on a consistent basis every single week? And I have learned a lot about structuring my week and time because that structure gives me more freedom. So I'm very careful in what I schedule when. And there are a very few things that I completely commit to, that I do every single week or even day, no matter what. And that's what I was sharing at the Reset Retreat. So this exercise or this concept that I would like to share with you is called the 8-8-8 concept for managing time. 8-8-8. So we want to have 8 hours where we give our work, our contribution to this planet, our full attention, 8 hours of work. This is talking a day, right? Then we need 8 hours of sleep, good quality sleep. Sometimes we need less, but it's good to have 8 hours scheduled. And then we still have 8 hours remaining. And doesn't it sometimes feel like we're just working, sleeping, maybe eating in between? But actually, if we take the 24 hours, we still have 8 hours left. So how are we going to spend those precious 8 hours? And here's a suggestion. Spend 3 hours of those 8 hours with family and friends. 3 hours. 2.5 hours for self-care. And another 2.5 hours as soul time, you know, hobbies, things that nurture your soul. Interesting that they're different than self-care. Well, think about it. You need to eat, you need to wash your body, take care of hair and nails and all that stuff. That takes some time. And see that if you look at it this way, we all have plenty of time. We're just sometimes not very good in managing that time because we're lacking the structure. Well, my co-goddesses, please look out for the waiting room. So write down 8, 8, 8, 8 hours of work, 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours family, friends, self-care, and soul time. And then go ahead and take a weekly, daily calendar thing out and design your perfect week. It doesn't mean that every single week is going to work out that way, but at least you've put out the message to the universe of this is how I want it. And this is who I am. And I know this is possible. And I can live life like this.
Mm-hmm.
So what comes up for my co-hosts when we talk about this?
Yeah, this would be a challenge for me, really a challenge, because I never have a schedule, never had a schedule, only when I was in school. So, but I'm going to try it. But because some things I would like to do every day, or
like what?
Like go for a massage, go for a walk, have an appointment with a friend, go out for dinner with a friend. Have enough time to paint. That is work, but that's not scheduling, because that's not, I cannot say I go in my studio and I'm painting from 7 to 4 or to 12. That's not possible, because maybe I don't have any inspiration. I'm sitting there like, what am I going to do here with this white canvas? And so
is that true, sweetheart? Is that really true? Because I'll give you an example for me. I prefer working, creating, put it that way. I prefer creating, following the flow. Sometimes I feel super inspired and it just all flows, and I'll just write something down, I'll record a video, and it's amazing, just like you create your art. And I used to think that I have to wait until that moment, until the muse hits me, until I can do it. And then I discovered it's the other way around. When I make time every single day to give space for the muse to hit me, she does. Maybe not in the first 5 minutes, maybe not in the first 15 minutes, maybe not in the first hour. But I'll notice that if that is my dedicated time, for instance, for writing, it will come through. And my job, the other hours, is to make sure that I get into that amazing state. And then my body is primed and knows the moment I sit down in my particular places. So I have places to create, I have places to sit and do online things, I have places, you know, to do other things in. The moment my body hits the space, the body is primed and knows what it does. I'll give you another example. I used to struggle with sleep a lot. I was an insomniac for years. It was really, really hard. And I had to train my body to know that the moment I hit my bed, sleep time. It's not time to lie and think about all the problems. It's not a time to be, I don't know, scrolling through my phone. It's only a place to make love and to sleep. That's it. So I would consider rethinking that belief. Because the thing about beliefs is, as long as they serve us, keep on to any belief you have. I mean, some people believe that, I don't know, eating one little leaf a day is going to cure them of whatever. If they believe that, then it's going to work for them. But sometimes we can buy into beliefs just because it's a habit. It's because we've always done it like that. But it doesn't mean that it's necessarily effective, and doesn't mean that it's the best way to go. So for anyone here listening saying, yeah, but I always do it this way, and this is the only way that I can do it, look at the 3 words. Is it true? Or couldn't you do it a different way? Just by deciding, and here it's a priority thing. What do I want most? go back to your values. What matters to you most? If you're now saying if you're saying often, I don't have the time to do that, I'm running out of time, I constantly feel that I am kind of having to catch up, I never have time for myself. Well, you're doing that. Nobody else is doing it to you. Now, I know we often have, situations where we have a partner or a child or whatever to take care of. But even that, you can't do 24 hours a day. And if you are, you need help with that. And you need to delegate that and say, okay, this person, like I have a couple of friends who have aging parents. And these parents right now need 24-hour care. And I have a lot of conversations with my friends and saying, I totally get it that you want to be there for your parent 24 hours a day, but is this realistic? How long can you do that? I say you can do it for a couple of days, maybe, but you're going to have to give up everything else in your life to devote the time to that. Wouldn't it be wiser to delegate some of those jobs, some of those hours to other people who are maybe even trained in that, so that you have some hours where you can recharge your batteries, where you can go, do your job, where you can look after your children or whatever. I mean, life goes on. So that's why, thank you so much for bringing that up, because that's a perfect example where we can sometimes believe that we are the slaves of time. No, time is a human concept, doesn't even exist. And the more we buy into it, the more it's going to stress us. So I had a conversation with a client last night, and he was like, I was running out of time, and I was so busy, and I have a hard time keeping up. And I said, you know what? I learned the busier you are, the more you have to slow down. And that seems so contradictory, but it goes back to that beautiful quote, right? If you're feeling really busy and stressed, you need if you're feeling stressed, you need to meditate every day for an hour. If you're feeling really, really stressed, you've got to meditate for 2 hours. And I never used to believe it either, Yolanda. Seriously, I was just so much the Duracell bunny and doing and checking and okay, all these things done. And then until I put it to the test. And I take me time every single day, at least 3 times a day, because I figured out it doesn't work so well for me to have like 3 consecutive hours. I mean, sometimes maybe on a weekend that can be fun, but 3 consecutive hours of it, I like splitting those 2.5 hours or 3 hours of self-care throughout the day. So I have my morning routine and nobody ever disturbs me there. Then I have my after lunch recovery, sort of digestive, intro time meditation and breath work. And then I do it again in the evening. So I split it up. That works really well for me because I noticed that keeps my energy levels high throughout the day. I used to have the after lunch slump. I'd feel so tired at around 2-3 p.m. and I'd feel the urge to eat sugar and to drink another coffee, but to jack my system up until I discovered breath work is way more powerful. Mm-hmm. So that's my feedback to that. Thank you so much for sharing. Sister Goddess Nicole, what comes up for you?
Yeah, a lot. That's a great conversation, actually. I was in a very exceptional 2 weeks now of moving one house to the other and putting also a lot of things into storage, and it was a very intense time, and I completely ignored these topics of taking care of myself, and I did it in a tiny instant version because I need this in the morning as well as you just described. And I usually do also an afternoon break, even if it's just 15 minutes or 20 minutes lying on a magnetic field mat or using the Healy or like frequency medicine is so powerful, and it doesn't have to be long. And I really can feel I am absolutely tired at the moment and exhausted. And at the same time, I was almost not showing up tonight. And still, I said, I am committed. I love that circle, and it always empowers everyone and myself. And I love to be here. And even if I'm tired,
you look very radiant for being tired. And kudos to you for getting it all done.
Okay. Thank you. Just saying that if you overdo this, and I really went to the limit. I went sometimes, like the last nights, always at 4 o'clock and got up again at 6 and running around. And then I had this guy helping me to do all the moves, and he is so stressed. His name is Michael, which Michali, and I was thinking he is my angel, because he always says, "You don't worry about a thing. Everything will go fine."
Oh,
And
so
then
he's
at
not
the same
stressed. He's
time,
a calm guy, because I
he
understand.
is a calm guy for me, but for himself, he says, "I worry for the both of us," he tells me. So I took already my pill, he told me. And I said, "Oh," and he said, "Without this pill, I cannot do this job. For you, it's only a couple of days you're doing this move, but I am doing this every day. And I have maybe 2 weeks of break during the whole year." And I said, then I started, "Oh, maybe you can take some time of a break, or where can you recover even during this work?" And I was trying to give him suggestion or bring him in a conversation, and he used a lot, I can't. So it just reminded me so much. And yeah, it's so important. And I said, "Oh yeah, don't say I try, just cut this off and do it for once, and find out what it does to you." And it's very interesting to think
Nice.
about this concept.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Okay, switch of topics. I want something else to throw at you, because I just thought it was really fun research that just has come out. There was a study done, which was published in the British Medical Journey. And the study was done with 120 overweight or obese teenagers and young adults. And they divided this group of people in 3 groups. And one group got 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar a day, the next one 2 teaspoons, and the third one 3 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. And the results were quite astonishing. After 12 weeks and no change in diet and no change in exercise, just taking this apple cider vinegar, after 12 weeks, the participants lost 2.2 inches, that's like, I don't know, like 5-6 centimeters off their waist, 2.2 inches off their hips, and lost in average 15 pounds. And the reason why it seems to work, these are the conclusions of the study, is because the apple cider vinegar helps stabilize the blood sugar. It regulates the insulin, and the acid prevents that fat deposition. And it also helps you feel more full. So the recommendation is to take 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar before our main meals to help digestion and help fat metabolism and blood sugar levels to be active and in a good state. I thought that was interesting, and I wanted to share that with everyone here as we are moving towards bikini season. I had my second box training today, and now listen to this as a story of intuitive manifestation. I just felt the desire to start box training again. So first I had to get the whole dojo ready, and I have this box master, which is a big metal iron thing with kind of pads on it. It's very heavy. And it needs to be mounted to the foundation of the house so that when you're punching it, it doesn't wobble. And round 1 of that mounting didn't work. And then round 2 did work. And then I thought, okay, so I've got it all ready now. I've just got to start. So then I set myself the goal to, in the morning before I jump into the cold water, to do 1 song of boxing. Well, I can tell you, if you haven't been boxing for 5-6 years, it's really hard. After about 30 seconds, I was dead the first time. I was like, I can't do this 3 minutes. I can't do this. And I thought, okay, Jai, come on, we need just a new approach. Then I decided, okay, my desire is to manifest an amazing trainer, because I know that when someone else is there, it's just so much easier, right? So where am I going to find this trainer? Where am I going to find this trainer? Lo and behold, my massage therapist, just in a conversation after my massage, then let slip that he's actually a martial arts trainer. It doesn't look like it at all. And I was like, seriously? And would you train me? And I asked him this a couple of weeks back, and he was still sort of, it's kind of a little shy about it, maybe. I don't know. But then, universe guided this, I believe. His son started struggling with allergies. So he came to me and said, would you treat my son? Because I know you're really good with allergies. And I said, of course, I'd love to do that. So I've been helping his son. His son is getting very, very much better. It's like it's 90% gone, the allergy that he's had for 10 years. So now my massage therapist comes back to me and says, you know what? Should we go box in your dojo? And I was like, yes, yes, yes. Okay. So I had my last training a week ago. Exhausting. I was like, okay, but this is so awesome that I've manifested this free training and with someone who's so nice too. But then the universe decided, let's layer it on. She's so open now. She's so ready to receive. So my trainer called me day before yesterday and said, so I have this sparring buddy, so a colleague fighter, and he's just come back from Africa, and he suggested, why don't the three of us train? So I was like, yes. Now I have 2 trainers in my dojo, and they come to my place once a week. It was so fun. So watch out what you wish for. And notice what happens when you now, for the next 3 weeks, really consciously eradicate I hope, I need, I can't, and replace with I am, I know, I can. And the best way to go ahead would be actually to write this down every evening before you go to sleep. You know, what do you know today? Who are you today? I think that would be an amazing book to read. And then we could create the Golden Goddess Affirmation book. Wouldn't that be a fun book to publish all together? That's what I'd like. Okay, talking of books, next thing I want to throw at you is I read this book today after my box training. And I read it because it's been recommended to me by a dear friend, I think twice or 3 times even. And I was like, yeah, sounds great, but I never actually got it. And then last week I had a phone call with this friend of mine, and he said, have you read the book yet? And I said, no, I haven't had time. And when I heard myself say it, I was like, oh, that's not good. And he said, get that book now. Go on Amazon, order the book. Okay, so it's called Escape: How to Beat the Narcissist by H.G. Tudor. It's a fascinating book. I came today, and after my box training, I sat in the sun and I read it in one go. It's very easily written, big words as well. I like that. And it's fascinating because it's written by a guy who says of himself that he is a narcissist. So he explains all the different interesting programs and practices that they have and use and apply, and how to get out of that toxic attachment and how to heal from a relationship like that. So for anyone who's interested in finding out more about this, I call it a very interesting programming that some people have, and it feels like our world is still recovering from, but things are changing, aren't they? Get the book, Escape: How to Beat the Narcissist by H.G. Tudor. Yes. Okay. Next, fascinating, I drew a card just before we started our circle. And the card is from the Sacred Rebels deck, and it says, Seeing the True You. And the reason why I thought this was so fascinating, because it's the same card that I drew last night before I went to bed. And when things come twice, for me, that's a sign, oops, pay attention. So I'm just going to read it to you. Maybe Sister Goddess says you'd like to get out of the spotlight if you want. You can just chill and relax and allow my voice and the words of Elana Fairchild to be like an upgrade for your system. So lean back and relax and take in what serves you and allow everything else to just float away and not bother you at all. Sometimes we believe what others tell us we are, as though the self we see reflected back to us through their eyes is truth. Yet the accuracy of a reflection depends on the clarity of that which is doing the reflecting. Think of a mirror. A mirror is only good at reflecting if it's a clean mirror. If the receiver forms any opinion about what is perceived, then what is reflected back to us will, at best, be distorted. That's where we get back into being able to perceive and notice without judgment. That's a real art, isn't it? It is not necessarily through ill will. It is just the mechanics of the situation. Even the moon reflects the sun in varying degrees of fullness and clarity. We can learn something of nature of the sun from the moon, but not as much through direct perception. This oracle has come to you because you have been putting rather too much faith in the reflections of others that others have of you, to the point that you might not be honoring all that you are and all that you are becoming because you believe too little of yourself. There may be those around you that are able to reflect you more faithfully and even help you see more of your own greatness and beauty. These are the souls blessed with inner stillness. In the clear waters of their ocean of consciousness, you can come to recognize yourself with clearer perception. Notice, who are those people for you who are able to help you see your greatness? Write down the names that come through and consider, sending them a message maybe. However, there are those who have not tended to their own ocean and are unable to be still enough to genuinely receive and reflect your light back to you. True, isn't it? Sometimes we can be around people who are so busy, so distracted, so around the place that there's not even the time to take maybe even 3 consecutive breaths with that person. So how can we expect that person to be an accurate mirror of who we are unless we're in the same vibe of busyness at that moment? There's no judgment here. Each takes the path of self-healing that is available and appropriate at any given time. However, the attempt to see the magnificence of a sun in a very partial moon doesn't make too much sense. If you're blessed with those in your life who can show you the beauty within you, wonderful. Even so, this oracle comes to you with a task you are now ready for. You are to begin to develop the art of direct perception. Write that down. We are and we can practice the art of direct perception. This is the ability to recognize yourself not only in the eyes of others, but from how you feel about yourself, how you experience yourself, and how you observe yourself with compassion and kindness from within. This is a step towards a radical empowerment that does not require perfection in order for you to recognize you are lovable and have so much to offer. It is empowerment based on the acceptance of all that you are, working with your strengths, tending to your weaknesses, and being loving, encouraging, and nurturing of all that you are. As you continue on this journey, you will not only see your human self, but the eternal within you. This is a breathtaking experience that opens you up to the creative energy that flows abundantly through all of life. It is an experience that takes great preparation because we must become strong within our own self-love and acceptance to be able to hold the acceptance of all of life. This oracle is nudging you into that preparation. For when you have the experience of truly beholding yourself, all judgment, fear, and doubt will fall away, and you will just know yourself to be sacred. Then you will be asked to embrace the deeper journey of sacred rebellion against judgment and fear, and into passionate creativity and unconditional trust in life. This oracle comes with a special message for you. If you are getting confused about who you are and your motives or actions based on what others are saying or how they are responding to you, step back. In your quest to be a responsible person, you may be unintentionally taking on the feelings of others, making their reflections of you more than they are in truth. More often than not, Reflections are more about the state of the reflector than what is being reflected. Say that again. More often than not, reflections are more about the state of the reflector than what is being reflected. So what Tom says about Susie says more about Tom than it does about Susie. Let those external perceptions go. Can you just acknowledge yourself? Do so and be free. Now, let's put our hands on our hearts and we're going to say with feeling, I now break any contract I have ever made with another, consciously or unconsciously, that has given them power over me, power over my sense of self, the authority to approve or reject me or anything about me, including my voice, body, creativity, spirituality, and way of living. Of my own free will, I now choose to directly perceive my own inner beauty and turn within with kindness and compassion, to see myself through the eyes of unconditional love. So be it. Let's take a breath and notice what it feels like to be tuned into direct perception. Totally new concept for me. So let's go ahead and shift whatever we may have within us that is stopping us from that. Okay, so let's do the switch and set our intention. Our intention is to completely, immediately, and permanently be able to directly perceive through the eyes of unconditional love. I love and accept and respect myself, even if I can't perceive directly through unconditional love. And I love and accept and respect myself when I now choose to perceive directly through the eyes of unconditional love. Excellent. Now, we'll go between our eyebrows. Direct perception. I love and accept myself even when I feel insecure. At my deepest level and from the very first time I felt insecure. And I choose now to let go of any insecurity and step into my power of security. I am safe. I am safe to directly perceive with unconditional love. And breathe. Good job. Let the energy settle. Excellent. Next to your temples, the side of your eyes. Direct perception through unconditional love. I love and accept myself with all my frustration when I can't perceive directly and I have to be patient. And I love and accept myself when I now choose to be patient and to perceive directly through the eyes of unconditional love, because I can. And breathe. Underneath your eyes, direct perception. I love and accept myself with all my worries. What if I can't do it? What if I do it wrong? All these worries, I love and accept and respect myself. And I now choose to let go of these worries and to step into my faith and trust and know that I can perceive directly through the eyes of unconditional love. Above your lips, underneath your nose, direct perception. I love and accept myself, even if this concept stresses me, and I don't know why, it's okay. And I now choose to let go of all and any stress and to know that I can, I will, and I am able to directly perceive through the eyes of unconditional love. underneath our collarbones. Direct perception. Ooh, I am direct perception. I am unconditional love. I can and will and now perceive directly through the eyes of unconditional love. Yes, that's who I am. And breathe. Excellent. Underneath your left arm, watch out, switch left arm. Direct perception. I love and accept and respect myself with all my doubts and lack of self-confidence and lack of self-worth and all those stories at my deepest level and from the very first time I felt this way. And I choose now to let go of all doubt and lack and step into my power of faith and trust. I believe in myself and I believe in my power to directly perceive through the eyes of unconditional love, because that is who I am. And breathe. Right side, liver. Yeah, we're going to do them all. It's a big topic, right? Direct perception. I love and accept myself with all my anger towards those who manipulate, who judge, who distort, who oppress, and also the anger towards myself, because I'm sure I've done some of that too. So I now choose to forgive myself and to be at peace with the fact that I am a direct perceiver of unconditional love, and I see through the eyes of unconditional love, and I directly perceive my own greatness and the greatness in others, the love that connects us, and that has me feeling at peace. And peace is who I am. Peace is what I know, and peace is what I create and can create every day in every way. Breathe. And if I'm too fast, that's great. Your unconscious mind is gathering all the helpful information. Direct perception. I love and accept myself with all the grief about the time I've lost and wasted, being judgmental, being sad, being disconnected from my greatest self. It's okay. I love and accept and respect myself with all and any grief I may have at my deepest level and from the very first time I felt sad. And I choose now to let go of the grief and to step into my power of joyfully, directly perceiving unconditional love now. I am joy, and I can feel joyful at any given moment. And yeah, I deserve that. I know that. Index fingers. Direct perception. I love and accept myself with all my rigidity, all my stubbornness when it comes to embracing new concepts and making great shifts happen and creating change and new powerful habits. It's okay. I love and accept and respect myself with all my rigidity at my deepest level and from the very first time I felt this way. And I now choose to let go of the rigidity and step into my power of adaptability. Adaptability, yes. Direct perception has me being adaptable and strong and flexible. That is who I am. I can be so adaptable and flexible. I know I am. I know that. Middle fingers. Direct perception. I love and accept and respect myself with all my suppressed sexuality. It's okay. I now choose to bring balance between my yin and yang, to know I am yin and yang, and I am a being of unconditional love. And I directly perceive that now in myself and others. Yes. Between the ring finger and the pinky finger, go down and find that little hole, that dent, and start massaging that dent. And then you say, faith. I have so much faith in my ability to directly perceive through the eyes of unconditional love, because that is who I am. Pinky fingers, direct perception. I love and accept myself with all my pain and all the hurt at my deepest level, and from the very first time I felt this way. And I now choose to let go of all and everything that no longer serves my highest good. And I step into my power of directly perceiving through the eyes of unconditional love now. So it is, so it shall be, or something even better. Take a breath. Now with your eyes, go left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Okay, make big circles with your eyes, one side, the other side. Very good. Now diagonal, top, left, that's right. Now hum a song. Happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to me. Now count backwards from 109. 109, 108, 107, 106, 105, 104, 103. Excellent. 6 times 6 is 36. Minus 4 is 32. Excellent. Now, take a full breath in, half out, fully out, half in, out a little, and go, I perceive through the eyes of unconditional love directly. I'm a direct perceiver. Yes, that is who I am. And then check in how you feel. How was that? Yeah, seeing some thumbs up. Yolanda, Nicole, come into the spotlight again. Tell me, how was that for you?
Happy.
Happy, okay. How do you think this will change anything in your life?
Yeah, maybe to pay some more attention to and to realize I'm doing the things good.
Nice. Okay. Pay more attention and realize I'm doing good. Nice. Sister Goddess Lily, how about you? iPhone is saying, I'm blushing right now. That's great. That's a sign that the energy is moving, right? Sister Goddess Lily, how about you?
There was so much in there that I thought, okay, how important to focus on getting the good people around us, and so many things in there. I want to just watch the replay and go over it all again. It was just so fast and so intense and really, really good. Really, really amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. I like using the fire hose technique. I also do that in hypnosis. And the reason why I like doing it and it works so well is because the conscious mind is confused. And that's brilliant, because when the conscious mind is confused, the unconscious mind can open up and the messages can go in. So thank you. Thank you for noticing that. Sister Goddess Nicole, how about you?
I am very tired now. I feel my whole body. Like I had to yawn all the time, and I think this is like what I really feel now. All my adrenaline and everything is like going down, and that's
Nice.
excellent. I go to bed early tonight.
Yes, what a great plan. What a great plan. And yawning is such a great sign of release. So Danielle in the chat is saying she feels empowered. Marinella also feels powerful. Yvonne has a happy feeling. Okay, so I'd say let's go into an intention. And here's my suggestion, Sister Goddess Nicole, what about us sending you some energy for a change, huh? Would you like that?
Yes, I'd love that.
And I like how quickly you said yes. Thank you. So what's an intention that you would appreciate? You are completely, immediately, and permanently.
Relaxed and trusting.
That's so interesting. I got relaxed and confident. That was in my mind.
Okay.
You said, no, we'll use those words.
Trusting that the new chapter that just started is the best one yet to come, or the most magnificent one.
Magnificent one yet, we'll say, okay? Magnificent
Mhm,
one yet.
mhm.
Okay, for everyone, our intention is for Nicole to be completely, immediately, and permanently relaxed and trusting her new chapter in life is the most magnificent one yet, and to be happy, healthy in every way.
Thank you.
Does that resonate with you, Nicole?
Very much. Very much.
Wonderful. Okay.
May I just share? I took today the light. I sent you pictures of it from one house to the next. I always do this when I move from one place to the other. Even if it's over kilometers, I try to. I do my best to take it along. And I found while cleaning the old house today, I found this old tea bag message, and it said, "You are limitless." And I felt that was such a nice gift of the house to hand on to me. And I put it to the candle and took it along.
That is
Thank you so
beautiful.
much.
And I love
Thank
that
you
you
so
shared that ritual with us. So I love that idea. So you light a candle in the old house, symbolizing the light there, and then you take it with you lit. I saw the picture of Christian holding it in the car, I think, right? And driving it to the new house. It's beautiful. Okay. So everyone, let's get into position wherever you are. Imagine we're all in this gorgeous circle holding hands. And as we're so grounded, we take 3 breaths to get into the space of our hearts. And from our hearts, we send the following intention. Sister Goddess Nicole is completely, immediately, and permanently relaxed and trusting her new chapter in life is the most magnificent one yet. And she's happy and healthy in every way. Our intention is that Nicole is completely, immediately, and permanently relaxed and trusting that her new chapter in life is the most magnificent one yet. And she's happy and healthy and well in every way. Our intention is that Nicole is completely, immediately, and permanently relaxed and trusting her new chapter in life is the most magnificent one yet. And she's happy and healthy and well in every way. Our intention is that Nicole is completely, immediately, and permanently relaxed and trusting her new chapter in life is the most magnificent one yet. She's happy, healthy, and well in every way. And return back into the here and now. Stretch out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I saw you wakeboarding, Nicole. How was it for you?
Nice. It was a shower of so much love and blessings, and I had all these amazing strings with each one of you, like colorful strings, like the Maibaum. It's like something like, you know, and we were playing and dancing with it, and it was very, very special. Thank you so much.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Any feedback from the circle for Nicole? Yolanda? Lily? Lots of thank yous in the chat. Anything else anyone noticed?
I saw Nicole sleeping like a baby. And then Christian was coming into the room and he said, I found our dream place.
I found it. Nice.
Thank you.
I'm sure you will sleep so well tonight, Nicole. You've done such great work, and now you can let the whole system just go. Oof. I wish you beautiful dreams, and I'd like to thank every one of you here for being part of our circle. Thank you for making time, and thank you for sharing our content, hitting follow on the YouTube channel if you're seeing this on YouTube. It's little acts like that that help us keep this going and make it possible. Thank you so much. We love you. Take care. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.